Hey, welcome to Copperhead Customs. Welcome back to another episode on our 39. Bedford, 1 tonner, holding under $5,000 build. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time joining us, go down there and check out the series. God knows how many videos, 30-something videos on it. We've got other projects too. There's a 40 Chevy, we're going to build that for $5,000. We got Pontiacs, we got 32 hot rods, we got all sorts of stuff kicking around. So go check out all our other stuff. If you've been joining and you've been enjoying this series of building this 39 Bedford for under 5,000, you will know that we are getting so damn freaking close to finishing it. Yes, we are. And we've made budget. Today, I actually went through the figures. I haven't gone through them perfectly, but I had a bit of an add up. I think we're under. That's right. I think we're about, I don't know, but up to $500 under. I think we're going to have it finished for $4,500. Hey, $4,500 for that. Freaking unheard of. That's Australian money too. For all you Americans, that's a $3,000 build. Okay. Now we found this cab in a paddock where it had been laying for 60 years, buried in the dirt. Just the cab. The doors didn't open, nothing. Now, we've got this badass looking little jigger that is nearly ready. So, in the last episode, you would have seen I was on the rebuilding this front end. Yeah? We've got new ball joints, bushes, brakes, shocks, everything. The whole 9 yards has been replaced. So, if you have been following the channel, you might have also seen we just put a how-to video of how to do that, which is we have just completed it. So that there, if you're interested, go watch the how-to, because there's no one else that's actually done it the way we did it. So we just rebuilt the front end with nothing but some freaking hand tools. Okay, no presses, nothing fancy. That's the moral of this place. We do everything we can as cheaply and easily as possible. Okay, as you can see, there's no hoists, no CNC machines. There's, it's just me and some basic hand tools, and that's how we do it. All right. So, if you are interested, go check that video out. Okay. Now, what are we doing today? We're going to put all that back together. All right. We're just going to put the left-hand side back on the car. And we'll go from there. We'll see how long that takes us, and we'll see if we do anything else or if that's it. But we are down to our final list of jobs on this. We're talking 1 to 2 weeks. We are driving this down the road. I'm actually a little bit excited. So we'll just do a quick walk around on it before we get into the work. And I'll tell you what we have left to do. Once we've finished tying up, getting the other side to this point, this is what we have to do. We've got, as you can see, just a brake hose there. So we need to do the brake lines from there up here where that bracket is. There you see those 2 holes, that little bracket. That will be our proportioning valve, which is down there on the ground. So we need brake lines from there to there, and one from the proportioning valve to the other side. We will also need brake line up to the master cylinder, which is not mounted yet. So we need to make a bracket, mount the master cylinder, and then that will be the brakes done, bar bleeding, and just adjusting the drums. Okay, so we've just got to finalise off the brakes. The transmission needs hoses run to the transmission cooler, which needs to be mounted up the front, and a couple of hoses. It needs the B&M shifter cable mounted, and I think there's a vacuum kick down in there that looks like the hose is split. That's the transmission side done. The motor, we still have to rebuild the carby. We have to work out our accelerator linkages, and we have to plumb up some hoses. As you can see, we've never fired it, so we've still got to get it fired up. We'll do an oil change, radiator, pressure test, and hook the 2 hoses up. We do have electronic ignition, but that will go in later. We've got to hook up some fuel lines, and we've got to do the wiring. So on the wiring, we have no wiring in it whatsoever. So we've got to wire in our indicators, our headlights, our motor. We've got to mount our window wiper and wire that. We'll have to wire up our horn. We've actually got to take our steering wheel off and mount our indicator stick. On the interior, we'll also need to wire up. We've put in a 12 volt thing to charge our phones. We'll have to wire that up. And wire up our brake switch down in there. And that's about it in there. We've got to get underneath the all the floor has to be seam sealed up so there's no gaps in it. Moving along, we haven't done our handbrake cable, but the handbrake's mounted and all that, so we just got to do a cable from about there to there on both sides. We also have a on the fuel tank, the breather. We need to get that hooked up. We need to wire up our tail lights and connect our battery and wire them. Our batteries, because we're doing something weird there. We need to bolt these back up. It's a 5-second job. And we have a couple of surprises. We got a surprise there with the skull, and old mate's trying to find me another one. So we'll see how we go with that. So we got to do that, and I think that's it, guys. So, like I said, we are on the final list. Seriously, like I said, 1 to 2 weeks we are going. Depends how many days and stuff I do, and we're there. We are there. Yeah, that's right. And then the dancing begins. Then we go cruising down the street. So what we have to try to do though is we need to buy a drone. Yeah, so if anyone knows anything about drones, drop some comments of what I need to buy, because we need to get a drone so that I can go for a drive and have the drone follow me in the car. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do to get some wicked footage for you guys. So there's enough rambling to sink a battleship. So thank you, mother, for the rabbits, and let's get into some freaking work. A ripper!
not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta
Look up in the corner of the shed. This is a possum. Now, probably a bit fuzzy because I've zoomed it in, but we have a few of them that live in the shed, and they have for years, because they don't get along with snakes, and I'd rather have a possum in here than a snake. But that's a boy up there, and he's a bit cranky today. You know why he's cranky? Because I'm making a freaking bit of noise, and he's been grunting at me for the last half an hour. So whenever you hear something weird in the background when I'm talking, you hear a grunt or a snarl or something, 9 times out of 10, it's probably him. So he's living up there. He normally lives in this wheel. So unless that guy's a ringing, let's have a little, we'll have a little fish and just see if he is in here or not, his mate. No, so he normally sleeps in there, but he's gone up there tonight. Today maybe it's a bit cold. Sometimes one sleeps in that wheel, and there'll be 100%, there'll be one in that roller door on the right-hand side. That's where the wife lives. So that one there's the boy, and the wife and the baby, they always live in the roller door. So anyway, just showing you, if you ever hear grunting, it's him telling me to shut up. All right? So sometimes when you'll see me not looking at the camera, looking in the corners of the shed, well, that's why. Because I hear noises, and I check to make sure it's the possums and not a freaking snake. So we live in the country, okay? We got snakes bloody everywhere. And I'm talking not just little friendly snakes. Well, I don't like any snakes at all, to tell you the truth. But not just little friendly snakes. Deadly freaking snakes. That's right. We've got snakes here. If I get bitten by a snake in this shed, I'm dead. Because I will not get to hospital in time. Because I live too far away. All right? And you can't keep the anti-venoms out here because they go off. So, that's why you'll see me sometimes, like I was just then, not looking at the camera, looking in my surroundings. Because I'm checking that there's nothing slithery kicking around. Now, you'll also see my mate with the hat on that has all the snake skins and stuff. He is a snake freak. Okay, if you go down there, go through our list of videos, there is a proper video on snakes, which I cannot watch personally because it freaks me out too much. Okay, so I actually can't watch it. That's one I can't watch. And that was a very, 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 very unenjoyable day for me. I was nearly sick. I nearly passed out. It took me a month to edit that video because I couldn't look at it, and I have not been able to watch it since. Okay, but if you are interested in snakes, go down there and have a look at it, because in that video is the top 5, that's right, the top 5 most deadliest snakes in the world, which are all Australian, are all in that video. Okay, close-up footage, everything. So anyway, there's some rambling, just showing you, explaining something of why I sometimes look around a bit weird. A ripper.
Like me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate, bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes. Taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great. Popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play.
Right, peoples, there it is. I actually freaking good as it looks. The front end's all done, eh? So, looking at it, I actually think this side's a touch lower. Remember, we got choppies in because I needed to make sure of the height. Now, this is why I did choppies, is because I've chopped those springs identical. So either this spring here is slightly more sagged than the other, or it just quite often happens that they're not quite level. So this is why I wanted to just not go and pull the trigger and buy springs. So yeah, I honestly think this could be a touch low over here, but freak, it looks badass. When I jump on it, I am hitting the bump stops. I am getting the bump stops to hit. Now under here, the guard down here is a bit low to the ground. It's probably only 60, 70 mil, but we could actually just woof that back a bit if we had to. If it, just leave it and let it go, and when it bottoms out, it will just bend itself back. Oh man, I put this on the ground to get a visual. Just like, I know I got to jack it back up to finish it off, but I just was like, I haven't seen it looking badass for a while, and I've dumped it, and man, I don't know about you guys, but my jaw freaking dropped when I seen it. I just went, man, this is the freaking coolest looking thing ever. Like, it absolutely looks tiny. Like, I'm trying to hit hard not to swear, because it looks absolutely insane. Like, you're looking at it through the camera, and I hope it looks as good as it does through the camera as it does in real life. In real life, this thing is a freaking beast, guys. What an absolute freaking beast. We're so close. We are so close. Oh yeah, that is the freaking happy dance. Have a look at it. Have a freaking look at this thing. Now, I've done the maths, like I said. I'm pretty sure it's 4.5 freaking grand. I'm under budget. Have a look at it. For God's sake. Hey? Look, it's at my... Look, this is a full-blown truck. And it's probably like what? I'm 6'3", it's at my chin. It's like 5'8" or something, is what it stands. Like, check it out, man. For God's sake. This thing's off its head. Now, if you look here in the back mudguard, we've done that little cut. It's very close to 100. The rear will be close to 100. Man, so under here, see this side, I reckon we've got 100. I reckon we've got 100 mil on this side, front and back, and I reckon we've only got 70 mil on the other side. I reckon it's nearly an inch different from one side to the other. So, I don't know why. I really don't know why that is. It's happened on a lot of these old cars. I don't know if they're actually set up like that for the... So, yeah, I just don't understand that. I don't know if it's got something to do with the camber of the road. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember back when I was a young lad and I had a couple of these old Holdens and I'd lowered them. They did the same thing. The passenger side, or the left-hand side, always went a bit lower than the right. So I don't know what that is. Someone can drop a comment down and explain to me what the go is with that. If I've got a saggy spring, or if it's something in the design, or what the go is. But I've had a lot of cars that have done this, been slightly higher on the driver's side. Is it to compensate me in the driver's seat? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, I'm in love with this car. So, I'm selling you, I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to drop it right now. I'm never going to sell this car ever. Okay? This car is staying with me until I freaking die. I'm never selling this thing. Ever. Like, we've created this. Like, you got to remember, guys, we've created this. This thing was in my imagination. Like, I seen that cab sitting in a paddock. I seen a picture of that cab sitting in a paddock. It didn't even have the front on it. It was just the cab and the guards. The nose cone wasn't shown. It was just the cab sitting there with the guards. Sitting in, and you've seen that picture. I put the picture up nearly every episode. I'll put it up right now. Boom. Right, there it was. That's the picture I seen. I've seen that picture and I just went, I reckon, put that on a Holden chassis. That would look insane. And my plan was always to buy the Holden chassis and to buy that and to just sell it as give someone the visual and then sell it. Make a huge profit and let someone else build this. As soon as I married the two together, I fell in love with it. And so we've built it. So then we've decided, right, let's build this for $5,000. Let's see if we can pull it off. Well, we're pulling it off. We're going to build it off for under $5,000. We're going to pull this off. I think we're going to be between $4,500 and $5,000. We are not going to break budget. We are going to be under budget, right? Touch wood, that is, that something stupid doesn't happen. But have a freaking look at it. Hey, if that pulled up next year, would you believe that I built that for $5,000? You'd tell me I was a lying toad, wouldn't you? You'd say there's no freaking way you could build that. That's one of the coolest things I've seen. And then we can take this further later on. We can put a stinker supercharger on that little 202. if we want, we can go get some Convo Pros or some center lines or some weld wheels or whatever to bling it out more. If we wanted, like, you know, we could make it even tougher if we wanted. I don't think I'm going to. We might put a supercharger on it though. Yeah. How cool, man. How cool. I know I'm a little bit ramble here, but oh man, I'll just have a look at it. Jaw dropping. Anyway, so what did we do? We did all the front end. The front end's all done now. So we've got new bushes, new ball joints, new brakes, new brake shoes, new brake springs, new brake lines, new wheel cylinders, new bearings, new tie rod ends, new upper bushes, new lower bushes, upper ball joint, lower ball joint. The whole thing is done. The whole front end's rebuilt. Okay, we did it all with hand tools. It's on the ground. It looks freaking sensational. Our parts are getting very few and far between. What have we got left? We don't need to do them. There's nothing. That was for the other motor, so there's nothing in that box. We've got to put a fan belt on. They're the rear shackle bushes. We're not doing them. And that's the rear wheel bearings. We're not doing them. What else we got? Battery clamps. Need to do them. That's our B&M shifter brackets. We've got to do that still. That's nothing. Empty box. That's our fuel thing. Our wiring. That's our wiring kit we've got to do. That's not getting put on. This is our coil. We've got to mount our... That's not in it. We've got to mount our transcooler. Get my stinking hats out of the way. We've got a couple more brake lines to do. This is our rebuild kit for the carby. We still got to do that. Mount the master cylinder. What's in this one? I don't even know what they are. Oh, that's probably our part of our electrical. Oil filter. That's it. We've freaking smashed it out of the park. Seriously. We're down to our final little list. I'm absolutely chuffed. We've pulled off our target. We're going to pull it off. We're going to pull off our under $5,000 build. And we're going to have one of the toughest looking freaking cars going around. Alright? So I'm actually proved. I've proved to myself and I've proved to everyone. You don't need 50 grand to build a badass car. Because you tell me that's not a badass car. You tell me. You tell me that. If you tell me that's not a badass car, then I reckon you're freaking lying. Because that looks freaking insane. Alright. I'm on a high. You can see the smirk. I got a cheese-eating grin. I'm in a really good mood. There's another one done. We'll go. And I'm actually going to say it. I said, I normally man my word, and normally when I say something, that's it. It's like a rock. But I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to say, drop your comments down. Like the video if you like it. You have to. You have to like that. Right? You got to hit the like button for that. Drop your comments down. Tell me what you guys reckon of this thing. Share the video around with your mates. That would be hugely appreciated if you did these things right. It's going to help this channel grow. And if the channel grows, the bigger the channel gets, the more of this we can do. We can just keep doing this stuff. Because, I don't know. Hey? I don't know. What about you? I reckon it's pretty cool, eh? So do all that. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Like I said, share it with your mates. Send it around. Send these around on your social media platforms. See if we can get this channel going hardcore, all right? I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting us. You guys that are supporting us, I want to thank you for doing it. And let's see what we do tomorrow. Oh, actually, tomorrow I'm spending with the boss. We're going out tomorrow, I think. So we'll see if we do something in the afternoon. I might just do something little on that in the arvo. And Wednesday, I think we're going to do something on a Suzuki quickly. So it's probably going to be Thursday before I jump back on this. Today's Monday. Probably going to be Thursday before I jump back on. But this won't come out, mate. This is probably not going to come out till Thursday. So we'll see what happens anyway. So what do we do now? ba-dee-ba-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-ba.